in there. I wish it was. You backed out the old 50 £50 notes.
When I was doing my dumbbells the other day as well, you wanted to get this. You wanted to get my skull dumbbells in, my 16k dumbbells.
Is that what you're lifting?
I can lift a lot more than 16k, but
Just asking, mate.
No, you don't. No, lots of it and gently repetitive.
Okay. This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with freebets.com, Empire Fight Store and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined here. Gareth, we're in London Bridge area. We've got the Thames behind us. The Shard creeps in somewhere near here. Glazier's Hall here, apparently. Quite a good venue for boxing press conferences. We see it time and time again. We're here today, the Magnificent Seven. Firstly, big week for boxing. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, yes. We're at the edge of the River Thames in an old building, Glazier's Hall. Very historic, this little bit of London, of course. The Shard is up there, pointing up to the icy draft that's come over us. I mean, we all came wrapped in scarves and hats and gloves and coats today, and we're now in the heat in midwinter of the boxing season, and it's a magnificent moment, and for this magnificent 7 card, and I'm very well, thank you. Just got back from Quebec. Well, I say just got back from Quebec. It's Thursday.
So much going on since then.
So I haven't stopped. There's so much going on in the boxing world right now.
Well, I haven't caught up with you properly, but Lewis Hart has. He actually took our slot on the Monday, which I should probably be giving him a penalty of some sort for, really.
In praise to you, I can't even remember doing it.
Okay.
No.
Well, oh my God, Lewis is absolutely wounded.
I love turning you all against each other. Of course, I remember it. We did it in the media room afterwards, didn't we?
Boring. It weren't with me, was it? So we don't think about it. No, big up Lewis.
Ooh, bitchy.
We love Lewis. We love Lewis. Joshua Ngannou. Now it's been a couple of days to reflect. Obviously, we saw His Excellency Turki Alalshikh's interview last night with DAZN. It's an exciting time. I mean, we keep stressing this, right?
Well, I think it's plain to see from that interview that he's a fan of the sport, that it goes back a long period, that he loved the characters in the sport from, yes, principally heavyweights, but as we can see, and as he said, they want to do fights. They want to get Devin Haney there. They want to get Tank Davis. He wants the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol to face Jaya Pataya. Now that's asking, but they've got an attitude and an aptitude to put on the biggest fights, and I think we should celebrate it. I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. They have underwritten and lit a fire under the sport. I can't remember a time. No one can remember a time when this level of investment was brought into the sport to create these scenarios. And I think, as he said, his modus operandi is to get things done as quickly as possible, and they've moved really quickly. As for Ngannou and Joshua, there's jeopardy there because of what Ngannou did against Tyson.
Commercial giant too.
Sorry?
The fight's a commercial giant too.
Yeah, it is. And there is no foregone conclusion in this fight. No one's using the word exhibition anymore, are they? I mean, I didn't initially anyway with Fury and Ngannou, with Tyson Fury and Ngannou, because Ngannou has not been knocked out with 4-ounce gloves. He's a giant rock from Africa. He's hard as nails. He's on a mission, personal mission. This is another win-win for him. And extraordinarily, the way this has played out, if he beats Anthony Joshua, he will potentially fight the winner of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Now, people will debate, is that right, is that wrong? Should he be fighting for the undisputed title? He's earned the right, and he has earned the right. And you could put him in with any top 10 heavyweight or top 12 heavyweight in the world, and there's going to be a decent fight. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Usyk.
Was it you that actually articulated to me that it's actually within the WBC rules anyway that anyone within the combat sports industry field as a whole, which actually doesn't just mean boxing can go and put in a performance like that and then get themselves ranked anyway.
There's been Muay Thai fighters that have come into the WBC rankings. I told you about it, but it was Mauricio Suleiman in quite a long interview outlined the WBC rules. Why do you keep moving that camera? Do you want me to move?
No.
Okay.
You never realise, but you very so slightly move, and therefore we just want the white backdrop, Gareth. We don't want any of the back noise. We just want you.
It's all Tekka's, isn't it? It's Tekka's. Yeah, Tekka's blood. Yeah, blood. I hear you're off to see Ed Sheeran.
I am off to see Ed Sheeran.
Blood.
My brother.
So it's within their rules to do so, and you have to say against the lineal heavyweight champion on the basis of that performance, which no one's now questioning. Now he's facing Joshua, maybe apart from Lennox Lewis, who's querying it a little.
What do you make of that?
Well, it's just him giving his opinion. He's the last undisputed heavyweight champion in the world, and he's giving his opinion that in this instance he doesn't believe Francis Ngannou should be getting these opportunities. But it's how they're matchmaking it. And listen, if he'd been the lineal champion now and he'd had to face Ngannou, I'm sure he'd have taken the payday as well. So it's all fascinating. It's all, like you just said, commercially huge. Joshua against Ngannou. Thought Joshua carried himself brilliantly the other night. I like what he's putting out at the moment. Loads of positives about what he's been doing to people in his career, how he's been breaking eye sockets, busting noses. But I like it.
We've got the old AJ back, as people said.
No, I think this is a new AJ. I think that AJ...
There was a bit of a transition period where he was sort of saying that he was studying the game and, why can't he become a long... But don't see so much of that now.
Some of the big names in the heavyweight division, the George Foremans, the Mike Tysons, even Lennox Lewis, he needed to know what he is. And he's back to knowing what he is again, which is a big, powerful, Adonis-like destroyer of other fighters. He's not a technical boxer, and he intimated that, or he said that out loud after the second defeat to Alexander Usyk. But basically what he's got to do is believe in that and have that into realisation, and that's what he's doing at the moment. He's actualising what he believes and stopped believing perhaps for a time in himself. So I think he'll stay with Ben Davison now. We've heard what he said about, he might use a little bit from Derek James. He might use some technical stuff from Derek James, but he certainly looks so effective against Otto Wallin that there's no reason why he shouldn't stay with Ben Davison.
Turkey since came out and said, Turkey?
What, His Excellency, the Minister, Turki Alalshikh?
Well, yes, Gareth, but I had already articulated that. Do I say it every time? I mean, you're teaching me now.
No, I don't know, but is Turkey his first name? Is it his family name? What is it?
I don't know. Right, can I ask you my question?
Yeah, go on.
He doesn't enjoy YouTube
boxing.
boxing.
He's hovering because he's not getting an interview.
Didn't you do this the other day to him?
I do it every time because he's everywhere. He's
Jonathan's
like
a good lad, though.
He's everywhere. He's like pigeon shit. No, he's like a rash. He's a great guy. I always tease him.
He came out and he said that he doesn't want to enter. Oh my God!
Why aren't you interviewing anyone else at the moment? I've got another rival of yours. Don't mention who it is. What are you waiting for me to
shout out Jonathan? I like Jonathan. Big up the rival.
I like Jonathan, but I'm always teasing him. Is that handsome, smiling face? He always pops in. He's a very intellectual interviewer. He's not like you. He's not street. He's not as. What are you? Are you kind of like Gonzo Street?
Modern.
What is he? Modern. You're TikTok modern street.
What's wrong with that?
Because you live in the bloody Cotswolds.
With what works, Keith?
Have you got a Cotswold stone house?
No, we don't.
Okay.
That's mad that you know that. Anyway, the question I was... No, Gareth. The question I was originally asking you is he came out and he said, that's fine, you can test me all you want, but he came out, I don't know how I'm going to put this out, and he said...
well, don't then.
He said, no, I'm definitely going out about YouTube boxing and how he doesn't want to entertain that, and there may be a position for it, but he cares about the sport.
He's a purist in lots of ways. He wants to make the big fights. It's a great time for the fans, the fighters, and for those in the industry, because the fights are being made and we are going to see so many big fights over the next couple of years and maybe on for the future.
2 more quick ones.
Yeah.
Magnificent 7 today. Excited. Birmingham it returns. I believe that's where the first one was, headlined by James DeGale.
2009.
2009. Yeah.
He got really booed that night because he was so defensive. He was a gold medalist, in my mind. Yeah, he was a gold medalist, wasn't he, from the Olympics? Came back from Beijing, and he was booed that night. It was one of his first fights. I'm just looking at the whole cards that we're looking at here.
To hit you with it?
No, I've got it here. Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls, Liam Davis and Eric Robles Ayala, Joe Joyce and Cash Ali, Solomon Dakers and Frank's announcing could be David Adelaide, but he just needs to get in through the hearing for the scrap with Fabio Wardley at the press conference for Fury and Ngannou. Sol Dakers, obviously. Dennis McCann. I love it that he's Dennis McCann, by the way, on his Twitter account. Versus Brad Strand, Zach Parker and Tyron Zuga, and Ethan James against Owen Cooper. There you go.
Good card.
Oh, great card. And I think the point that no doubt you'll speak to Frank Warren if you haven't already. I think the point is that apart from the major cards going on in Saudi Arabia right now, so important to keep the home fires burning and keep the development going. And that's one thing Frank Warren has always done. He's always promoted from the bottom up as well as the top down. It's all about the creation, development and matchmaking of how you build fighters. Terrific card, can't wait to see it. I mean, Magnificent 7 last year was great fun as well. You know?
Gareth, I've got to go. You've given me a little job. No, I know, but I need to get my slot with Frank. I need to get my slot with Frank. I need to get my slot with Frank.
Yes or no, coffee or tea?
Coffee or tea, bacon or sausage sandwiches.
Neither. But
If you were to choose bacon sandwich or sausage sandwich,
I don't eat pork.
do you not?
No, not anymore. No.
Right, Gareth, lovely speaking to you, mate.
You going to be able to put that out?
Of course I am. Giving me a thumbnail, please.
Wait, I'll give you a thumbnail. There you go.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.